Hey guys, this is Cam from 15, back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another Chainsaw Man episode review. And we're talking about episode 2 here, which was another really good episode. I honestly liking this. The more I watch this, the more I'm actually like wanting more. And it's funny because it's like a few weeks ago or about a month ago when I knew Chainsaw Man was gonna be coming out this season of anime, I was pretty much like, I don't know if I'm gonna watch this. And then, like I said, we got my thoughts last week. I enjoyed it, and then this week I further enjoyed it. I already am in love with like all the characters they introduced here. Denji is like my type of guy, or like I wouldn't say spirit animal, but some of the traits he has, I honestly like legit. I would say I would do outside the Makima stuff. Because I'm not that type of person that'd be like, oh, what do I got to do to touch some of the girls' tits, pretty much. But no, I'm not like that type of guy. That man, yeah, that's kind of the thing too. One, we get one big thing. Him and Aki, I guess, they're gonna have some sort of beef. Um, and then we find out Denji is an absolute simp. For Makima. So for Chainsaw Man's out there, is this the freaking case? This is why Makima's hyped up like this? Well, I don't know. Maybe there's something she does. But I thought it was absolutely funny how we start off the episode off. And the moment he sees Makima, there's just a part he's just talking to himself and pretty much saying like, oh, this girl's treated me so kindly and so nicely and everything. I love her. And I just burst out laughing because this guy, I'm like, dude, that's just a simp move right there. Just one girl's got to capture your heart, and then all of a sudden you're simping. Absolutely hilarious stuff right there. It's funny. Now, the thing about Makima, which is actually pretty damn interesting, is the fact that, and I've heard, I guess, some manga people say like, yeah, she's what she's portraying now is a lot different than what her true character is. And I definitely am gonna say I get those vibes off of her. And she gave these vibes. And she seems like that she's the type of girl that comes off with the appearance of being a cutesy, adorable, kind type of, woman. But deep down, if she needs to get her hands dirty, she'll get her hands dirty and she will wreck your shit. Like, if anything, she's kind of treating Denji as a pet, which is funny enough. In the opening, there's a part in the opening where it has Makima walking and has Denji on a freaking leash like as if it's a dog. And heck, she even says in this episode, she's like, so I better not hear anything like a no from you. I better hear a yes or a woof. Otherwise, like a bark like a dog. Otherwise, you're dead. Like, she gives off that appearance like, oh yeah, you probably don't want to mess with her. Deep down she's got some secrets, because even when we have Denji asking Aki later in the episode, I'm like, so is she a good person? Aki's like, that's what you want to decide. And he kind of plays it off as if he knows like Makima's not ultimately that good of a person. Like, maybe on the outside looking in, she does good things, but deep down, she's probably somebody that does things that you could deem as bad or despicable. But hey, she's running a company. I don't know if I'm guessing she's running this Devil Hunters company that's getting started and everything. But it's still funny because our boy Denji is something mad time, and it's like, okay, I can see why some people like Makima. In some cases, she looks like that sweet character, but at the same time, and I have a feeling like she comes off as like a very sweet character, a very caring character, but I know deep down she's probably messed up in the head where she'll do something and I'll just be like, yeah, she's kind of crazy, but she has me just like Denji. But it's absolutely hilarious. And it's even more funny from the standpoint, I think she's picking up on the fact that Denji actually likes her. Like, she does, like, we see, like, when he's sent out with Aki and he doesn't want to go with Aki, he's like, I want to go work with you, Miss Makima. And she just ties this tie for him. She's like, well, guess what? If you work really hard and I get good results from you, then yes, you can work with me. And I'm like, okay, fair deal, fair deal. So I think she knows that he's got something for her. I think that's just that's only gonna mean that's how she can use Denji more to her advantage, which is kind of, at the end of the day, it's kind of effed up. Like I said, she comes across as this character that comes off as sweet, but we know deep down she's more than likely using Denji for her own ulterior motives. And now that she's picking him up, like, oh, this guy likes me, I can just say something and he'll just act like a damn dog for me, pretty much. So yes, we also get further involved in this whole thing. The standpoint of we get introduced to a new character named Aki, who him and Denji, they have a good old time setting it up. And it's funny because Denji doesn't like him, Aki doesn't really like him, but it was absolutely interesting. They were having their fight, and pretty much Aki's like, listen, if I were you, I'd just stop doing this right now. Otherwise, because I've had colleagues who've been doing this job for just to get a nice payday, and because of it, they ended up getting killed that same exact day. If I were you, I'd request you to drop out of this. But we already know if Denji absolute dips, or if he tries to escape, well, he's on Makima and the other devil hunters are on full alert to kill his ass. Which pretty much, that's also kind of the thing where Denji's kind of stuck at this point. And we even see that with the case of Power, the new girl introduced later on, is the fact that, we see how this organization, how they work, is if they got a person that's either a host of a devil or they're pretty much a devil that they're working for, it's the whole thing of like a contract. Well, guess what? You work for us for pretty much life. Otherwise, you try to escape, leave, or go off on your own. Well, guess what? We will kill you. And that's kind of what Makima kind of makes a point to Denji. At the same time, we even see at the end of the episode the division they're in. If it doesn't it's only like a pretty much a beta test, division right now. It's in the testing phase. It isn't like a legit full division that's good to go. It's just in the testing phase. It's in everything. So it's like if Denji can't get this division to be good or show the results, well then it's like Makima said, he and Power will die because of it. But going to the Aki thing, another reason why I channel Denji as my spirit animal is it's funny because after he gets beat up, he gets back up and he just kicks freaking Aki in the balls, and he's like, you see, the number one thing I was always, he pretty much kind of says the number one thing he was pretty much told is the best thing in a fight, especially going up against a guy, kick them in the nuts. And I'm like, and when I saw that part, I was like, my man, because I'm sorry, that's just me. You may call me a coward, you may call me whatever. Personally, if I ever saw myself in a fist-to-fist fight, I don't care. I'm not going for the face, I'm not going for the gut. I'm going straight for the nuts. I'm kicking them in the nuts, and I'm getting the hell out. Because guess what? All it's got to take is one or two good nut shots, and then guess what? You're down. If you're a man, you know what it feels like to get your, well, I don't know. You know what it feels like if intense pain gets to that area. I'll just keep it at that. But it was absolutely funny how even after initially he got hit again, he still went for Aki's nuts, which was absolutely hilarious because I'm like, yeah, I would do the same exact thing. It makes the most sense. What's a good way to stop a bloodied, somebody who's just trying to go fist to fist? You just get him in the nuts. There you go. Which was absolutely funny, which, I guess this relationship between Aki and Denji is a very interesting one, just from the standpoint, they're characters that don't see it eye to eye, and it was absolutely funny. You get the montage of him just living one day at his house. He's freaking holding up on the freaking bath, freaking eating like toast or bread or something with like butter, honey, jam, cinnamon. I'm like, good God, that would probably taste disgusting. But to Denji, he likes it. Freaking using the restroom, like for a long time and everything, you can see that Aki's getting pissed off and he doesn't like him at all. And you get this interesting moment where they're called to go do a job, and it's a thing of, Aki tells him, hey, transform to the chainsaw devil thing, and he doesn't. He just kills the guy. And we also find out there's, I guess, different types of devils. Devil, like, for example, we get introduced to the fact that a fiend pretty much is the properties of a human that's taken the form of a devil, and they have the same features as human, and everything. It's just, they're just a devil pretty much. But he doesn't do that. And and Aki's like, why the hell did you not transform into a devil like I told you? And he's like, because what's the point? Now he gives a BS answer. It was later, because after he leaves, he's like, oh, the only reason why I didn't do that is because I wanted to look at these magazines. I did it for the porn. And I'm like, what? This guy Denji is absolutely hilarious, which only leads to him thinking about Makima again, and then thinking about, like, what can I do to get a hold and start touching her boobs. I'm like, this dude Denji is freaking wild, man. He is absolutely wild. He is on a mission to make sure he can caress those boobs of Makima. Okay, I guess that's your plan. Not my idea, but all right, fine. He's trying to do something. Hey, if it's a way for him to get serious, to commit to this, hey, he's gonna do what he's got to do. So that's absolutely funny, but we get an interesting conversation between him and Aki, at the standpoint that Aki's telling him, like, listen, it doesn't matter. You can't show these devils sympathy. My entire family was killed by devils in front of my face. And we even find out that Makima also saved him. So maybe he has some feelings towards Makima as well. Don't know. But the thing is, he's like, he's telling Denji, like, you can't really befriend devils. But Denji's kind of the person who's like, well, we know he had a devil as a pet who was legitimately his best friend in Puchita, and pretty much he says, well, if there's any chance of me being a friend with them, well, then I'll try to make them be a friend of mine, if they're not that bad of a devil and everything. So, because like I think I made a mention, like, it seems like, sometimes there can be good devils, sometimes there can be bad devils. It's the same thing, like for example, Black Clover, they have the devil element in that whole thing. And there are some good devils, there's some bad devils in Black Clover. Something similar to that here. And then before I get out of here, we're introduced to another new character by the name of Power, who we find out is a fiend as well, which was funny because she makes her first appearance. The first thing Denji sees is her boobs. I'm like, dude, come on, man. The first thing on your mind was talking about is boobs. Now you're looking at whatever. Anyways, pretty much Makima is like, yeah, this is your new partner, so you're gonna work together. You better prove the results, otherwise, what's gonna happen. You'll both die. And it's absolutely crazy. We find some interesting thing about Power. We find out that most devils avoid her because of the scent she gives off, because she's a fiend. And I think Power is a very energetic character. I'm already liking her in, and the moment she sensed a freaking devil, it's absolutely freaking dead for murder. It's also interesting of the fact that since she's a fiend and the horns pretty much are a dead giveaway, she really can't be in the public because then people are going to get the wrong perception. Like, we see a moment where Makima is like, show the police your badge because they're going to be suspicious of you. Show them the badge, say you're the Devil Hunter Association, yada yada yada, and they'll just give you like probably a weird looking face and everything, and then they'll just walk off and leave you alone. Let's let you do your job. So it's very interesting that she really can't show herself to public. So gonna be interesting. Another solid episode of Chainsaw Man. I'm really liking this. Makima was definitely a major focus of this episode, which I see why some people actually absolutely freaking go out of their mind and say they freaking love her character, or they simp for her, but whatever. I'm not that big of a simp, but I like her character. Gonna be intrigued to see where this is gonna go, but another solid episode. I'm really enjoying Chainsaw Man a lot more than I thought it was. But I do expect there's going to be some sort of dark moment that's going to be happening, because I've heard Chainsaw Man can get pretty damn dark. But anyways, guys, if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode review of Chainsaw Man, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Chainsaw Man content or other anime content I upload to the channel. Till then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day. Peace.